Hi, Sagittarius. Hope you're well. We're going to do a reading for you, and we're going to see, and I'll give you anything that comes through for you, okay? I already have a lady here. She's an older lady. She is really thin. She's wearing like a light colored pair of pants and like a white top, could be like a t-shirt. Very simple, just these kind of slim pants and a t-shirt. She has white short hair, and she's like playing and fixing her bangs. Her bangs are kind of, a little bit separated, and she's just like playing with them or fixing them. Maybe she used to do that a lot. She's showing me her hands, and she did have some arthritic finger joints a little bit, so they're a little bent with arthritis. All right, so let me just keep going, and we'll see what happens here. Sometimes I might have to pause because I'm trying to listen, to pay attention to what I'm receiving. So just have patience. She's saying something about school. So something's going on with school. It doesn't have to be with you. It could be a family member or a child. Somebody maybe might get bullied or picked on a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting the energy that, now this could have been you when you were a child also, but I'm getting the energy that this child has a very gentle nature, a very gentle nature, a very kind and very like subdued and very mellow kind of a nature. And sometimes that in itself, other kids don't know how to deal with it or something. I don't know. But she's wanting you to know that everything's going to be okay. And that's what she's coming in with, a message. She's showing me somebody like possibly you cutting up things for dinner or cooking, and like slicing up or cutting up things. But instead of a regular knife, I'm seeing more like a, what do you call that? I can't think of it. Like, it's like the big square kind of a knife. I can't think of the word. But it's not just a regular knife, so I don't know if that makes any difference. But I'm just seeing somebody cutting up food. Okay, and she's saying something about your nationality. So maybe this is something of your culture that you're making, some food from your culture that she used to make that. Okay. Okay, the knife is kind of like a cleaver, I guess finally came to me. Kind of like a cleaver. So I don't know if you use that or if she used to use that, if that makes sense. So let's just keep going and see what's going on. Okay. I'm also seeing something like little rubber feet, or like something you would put under a chair or under an appliance, to keep it from scratching the counter, like some little black rubber round things. Okay. Also hearing going for a stroll. Okay, stroll is not the word that we usually use, but that's what I heard. Going for a stroll, going for a little walk. Okay, feel into what I'm saying and how that resonates for you, or is in your life. I mean, is it something you should be doing, that you are doing, whatever, okay? Spirit is talking about knowing how hard certain things are. I feel like you might be under some stress. This could be because of a relationship. It could be under some stress because of a relationship, anxiety. Things aren't going well or as you would like them to go. And you might need to separate yourself and go for a walk. I mean, you could go for a walk together if that's what helps the situation. All right. But they're talking about going slow, like slowing down, just going slowly and purposefully. So, not haphazardly, not too quickly. So I know many of our lives are very stressful and fast, but just slowing it down, pumping the brakes is what I'm literally seeing them give the signal, like a construction worker would give you the signal to slow down by putting their hand and going down like this. That's the signal I'm seeing. Slow down. Also, there's something about a butterfly. A butterfly could be a sign to you from a loved one in spirit, from this lady or from whoever that comes near you, comes around you, unusually close. I don't know if I mentioned school before, but there's something about school, about learning, or maybe teaching, all right? I'm also seeing some like gold earrings or little earrings that are like a ball or a round or a button style, kind of like that. It would be like a post type earring. So perhaps that's from one of your loved ones that you have, that you wear. I just heard going steady. Going steady. I'm getting a lot of nostalgia from school, from maybe high school, if you're having a reunion or if you played an instrument. It's like a band and creativity, that sort of a thing that I'm hearing. Remember what made you happy. Okay, so perhaps you played an instrument or anything creative like that. So they're asking you to remember what made you happy and maybe try to revisit that in some aspect. You may not play the instrument anymore, but you could listen to the music or pull out recordings of you or whatever it is. Okay, because I feel like there's aspects of you that you're trying to get back, or you're trying to recall or remember or revisit. And they're all positive aspects of you. We don't want to revisit negative, but I feel like it's something that you really need. You really need to connect to some of these things that you loved and maybe you don't have time for anymore. And they're saying you're going to know by the feeling that it gives you. So you could think all day about, I wonder if I would like that. I wonder this, I wonder that. But it's not going to like resonate or not for you until you actually try it or do it or experience it in some way. And then you're going to know. So part of the message here is that if you're thinking you will or won't like something without actually trying it, it's not a good representation of what is really actually going to happen when you try it. Okay, so if you're like telling yourself, oh, I probably won't like that. Well, then you don't know that until you go and actually experience it. Then you could tell yourself, okay, I was right, I didn't like it. Or you could say, hey, something sparked, or I met someone, or whatever happened there that was a positive next step.